Have you ever wondered why some pieces of land are vastly more valuable than others, even if they are the same size? What makes one plot command a high price while another struggles to find a buyer, sometimes just a few miles away? This isn't just about location. It's a fundamental economic principle. David Ricardo's theory of rent, a cornerstone of classical political economy, explains that rent arises from the differential fertility or situation of land. In essence, it is the payment made to landlords for the use of the original and indestructible powers of the soil, with rent being highest on the most productive and advantageously located land. The core mechanism behind this theory centers on the idea of marginal land. As population grows, there is an increasing demand for food, which pushes cultivation onto less fertile or less conveniently located lands. The cost of producing crops on this poorest, or marginal, land determines the market price of agricultural produce. Since more productive land can grow the same amount of produce at a lower cost, the difference between its production cost and the market price becomes a surplus. This surplus is what Ricardo defines as economic rent, paid to the landlord of the superior land. Understanding this theory helps us see why urban land values soar in desirable areas, or why prime agricultural land is so costly. It shows us that rent isn't simply a cost added to production, but rather a result of differences in productivity or location. This concept has profoundly influenced land economics and urban planning by highlighting how variations in natural advantage translate into economic value. Ricardo's insights introduce the important concept of differential rent, emphasizing that rent is a surplus payment, not a direct cost of production from society's viewpoint. For the individual farmer, it is a cost, but for the economy as a whole, it represents the superior productivity of certain resources. His work also implicitly pointed towards the idea that, as societies develop and demand increases, the value of superior land will tend to rise. Ultimately, Ricardo's theory provides a crucial framework for understanding how scarce natural resources, particularly land, generate economic value based on their inherent advantages. It helps us analyze the distribution of income within an economy and why some factors of production command a higher return than others, shedding light on fundamental principles of wealth and scarcity.